Hartman on the air. Reason why we have Bobby Hartman on the air today, folks, we're talking about, well, as you know, back in March, we said that we predicted there's going to be peace within the Middle East between 5 and 7 months from now. I was right about that, wasn't I?
Absolutely.
And I was right about the election, too, as well. On November 5th, I called it 12 hours before the fake news even called the elections. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, it's just
That's
amazing.
some intuition there.
Exactly. And you know what? This network is not my network. It's a gift from God. It's not from me. It's a gift from God, folks. It really is a gift from God because it's not my network. This belongs to God. Everything I do with the with everything that's going on right now. I mean, think about it. We have these Antifa terrorists. I even called them out. I said these people are terrorists. I said this 10 years ago on this very program. I said Antifa are domestic terrorists. I actually said that. I actually said it, haven't I?
And they are, and you have.
I have not been. I have never been. The rush bow was 99.9%. I'm actually 98.9%. So 98% of the time, I'm right about things. I have been right about a lot of things when it comes to predicting disasters, predicting elections, predicting terrorism that's going on in this country. And believe me, we have these liberal judges, liberal DAs in Oregon, Chicago, New York. They need to be locked up. They have to be locked because they're not enforcing the law. These people are criminals. When you are protecting, harboring, supporting, financially and with financial support, you now consider yourself a terrorist. Okay, seriously. Go ahead, Bobby.
Complicit. I can't believe that some of these so-called leaders haven't been arrested and taken to jail because they're complicit in these actions. And I'm surprised that we haven't seen some arrests.
Actually, we have. James Comey has got his day in court. He found guilty. We also got Lolita James too, as well, the DA of New York. She's been indicted. She's been prosecuted now, and she bought property in Virginia. You don't do that with taxpayer dollars. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Well, they'll see their day in court for sure, some of them.
Yep. And we will.
I think Comey's in deep doo-doo, so to speak, and he deserves his day in court, and hopefully they sentence him to the maximum.
Right, and the government's shut down right now because of Chucky Boy Schumer. I call him Chucky Boy Schumer. He wanted chaos. He got it. Donald Trump and his cabinet just just cut the pork out of people who do not do their jobs in government. They cut the pork out right now, so they're cutting the fat away of saving taxpayer dollars right now. And Donald Trump is going to go to, as you know, to Syria, not to Syria, but to Israel with Netanyahu. A parliament. So this is the first time for a president to go to Israel in front of parliament, by the way, in Israel parliament.
It's interesting. Yesterday they were talking about or a lot of people were anyway, deserves to get the
Nobel Peace Prize. Right.
And they announced that it went to the woman in Venezuela, and she's done some good works down there, I'm sure. But every time she speaks, she gives Donald Trump Trump, and thanks Donald Trump for what's been able to happen down there because of the support he's been giving to her and the Venezuelan people. It's like they've done everything they can just to avoid giving him the Nobel Peace Prize. If they could give it to Obama again, who did nothing for peace, they would probably do that before they give one to Donald Trump.
Well, we'll find out. Well, we'll see what happens here, because even CNN praised, it's also PMSNBC, they praised Donald Trump yesterday for having winning the ending the war in the Middle East, which I said this was going to happen in March, and nobody listened to us. Nobody listened to us. Now they're hearing us now, Bobby. Now they're finding out.
Certainly, we know that there's got to be some steps taken, and they seem to be wanting to work that direction. I'm not going to call it peace quite yet, but hopefully that would be, they've taken the first steps to go that direction.
Well, we still need to work on, sorry to interrupt you, but we're not done yet with Iran, we're done, we bombed Iran. It's shot the Midnight Hammer. But we still have to deal with Ukraine war and the Russia war. We still got to deal with. Another 5,000 from 3,500 troops lost their lives due to the war in Iran and Russia, and Russia lost another 2,000 people a day. So between these are basically 5,000 people from these are military troops from Russia, military troops from Ukraine, all been brutally attacked, and troops from both countries lost their lives today over this war. 5,000 more today.
Yeah, it's a
loss of life.
It's something that I'm not sure why Putin is continuing this madness. Honestly, I wish he would stop.
I wish both countries would stop. Ukraine and Russia both. We gotta stop. Ukraine needs to stop. Russia needs to stop. You can't have one or the other. No, we gotta have both of them stop.
Yeah, both need to stop. And I'm not sure what's gonna make it happen, but it would certainly be fantastic if it did.
Well, guess what? This is why I'm posting this up, because I care about life. I do not want any more life being lost with Russia, Ukraine, or even with buildings 300-year buildings. I don't want any more of that being destroyed, okay? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I want to keep peace with Russia and Ukraine. The war needs to end. It really does. This is a useless war, and we're not going to have Ukraine or Russia left because they don't have the military structure. I mean, they're both countries. Both countries are losing 900 tanks a day right now. Both countries are losing 900 tanks a day. Think about that. 900 tanks.
It's insane. That's for sure.
And guess what? The buildings are they're attacking both infrastructures to build military weapons, and they're both losing. What's that? I mean, what's the point of having a war? What's their agenda? What are they trying to accomplish?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Genocide. I'm not sure what the hell they're doing. It's not good.
This makes no sense. This makes no sense, and the civilian life being lost. You got cattle, wildlife being completely obliterated. You have you have farmers. You can't do crops because they're burning the fields. I mean, this is a war, folks. You got think about this. You got a Panzer going through a Russia farm field, wheat field. That's destroying people who need to eat. They're destroying that. Why do we have this war going on right now? I don't know. What is their agenda? Destroy humanity with Russia and Ukraine? I mean, folks, this is beyond anything I've ever seen before. Makes no sense at all.
It doesn't make sense, and they need to stop. But you and I talking about it really ain't going to do anything. Trump's been working on it. I do believe that at some point he can make things happen.
Well, I addressed the issue. All I said was this with Ukraine and Russia, they're losing 900 tanks a day right now. Both countries are losing 900 tanks a day, and they cannot remanufacture these things because the manufacturing building has been obliterated from both countries, Russia and Ukraine. They can't build tanks right now. Neither country can build tanks right now. Why have a war? Why they...
Well, it sounds like a good idea. If both countries can't make any more tanks, hopefully that would wake up somebody there and say, maybe we should think about this for a minute.
Yeah, let's step back here. Let's go back to the a negotiation table and figure out, okay, what do we need to do to have a in a war solution to help both countries and to have a united, become united, not divided, but become united. What do you need to do that?
Think about this for a minute. If you're China and you're watching the U.S. deplete their war machine, and you're watching Russia deplete their war machine, and they're probably two of the bigger powers in the world, or the biggest powers in the world. If they are devoid of weapons, what's that do for them, the Chinese?
Mm-hmm. Think about.
And I do believe that they're playing the middle against the ends and making this continue. It's my fear that it's going to continue and even get more and bigger and get bigger because China is going to keep feeding it. And so at some point we need to think about that and maybe do something different. And I'm not sure what that something needs to be, but it certainly isn't continue down the same path.
Nope. It needs to stop. That's for sure. We got to stop this. And, China with the Wanda lab, that's the bat lab, that's what you call it, with Dr. Vinnie Boombox Fauci. They gave us COVID. They gave us a COVID vaccine. They gave us the COVID virus. Yeah, not the vaccine. They didn't stop the vaccine. No, they gave us a COVID virus.
Well, that conspiracy gets deeper if you look at it, and it's
Biden. It's all because of Biden, not because of Trump. All because of Biden. And also they're trying to pinpoint that January 6th was infiltrated by Trump. No, it was infiltrated by these Antifa people disguised themselves as Trump supporters. That's what happened. Thank you. Nancy Pelosi helped do that, and with Chuck Schumer, with James Comey, and Adam Schiff, and Cory Booker, AOC, they all did this. They planned this. They all planned it, and they should be fined, guilty as hell, be thrown into prison because of you do not harvest terrorists, which Antifa is. And you have blood on your hands, Democrats, all of you, every single one of you. Every single Democrat in Congress, in the Senate, have blood on their hands because they allowed January 6th to happen. They did that, and don't deny it. And I'm not going to allow any liberal to come on this program and attack me on this very issue. I block callers, by the way. So I did that. So just you and I talking right now, Bobby. I don't want to take any liberal, communist, socialist calls, because you know what's going to happen. They're going to say, oh, it was Trump's fault. It was Trump's fault. You're a Nazi. They're going to call us Nazis. They're going to call us, they're going to call us neo-fascists. They're going to call us, the evil one. You know, we're not evil people. You know, I got to tell you something. Bad Bunny's going to perform at the Super Bowl. Bad Bunny did.
What bowl?
Super Bowl.
What's that?
Super
What's the Super Bowl?
Right.
I really, the Super Bowl?
Football, yeah.
Why don't we just forget about the Super Bowl?
Well,
That's what I'm going to do.
Well, Bad Bunny did not stand up for the national anthem 2 days ago at the Yankees game. He did not stand up. Bad Bunny is he's a thug. He's an Antifa supporter. He's also part of Antifa. He's a gangster. He is a rapper. How he got started was funding from George Soros and the Clinton Foundation, as well as Bill Gates, by the way. Bill Gates gave him funds to actually record in the studio. So this guy, he's called Bad Bunny. Well, he is a Bad Bunny. This guy should be deported down to El Salvador. You got your ticket waiting for you.
Mark, truth of the matter is, when they made that announcement, I had never heard of that guy.
I watched,
and I'd never heard of him. I had no idea who the heck they were talking about. But you know what? I can tell you, I've learned more about him and his antics, and saying he would never perform in America, blah blah blah. Well, how did he, who said he would never perform in America, all of a sudden get a gig at the Super Bowl?
George Soros and Clinton Foundation. And the Bill Gates Foundation. I just told you. I just gave the answer.
Right. I understand what you're saying, but it makes no sense that he's playing there. And if anybody listening watches the Super Bowl, they're I'm not gonna watch it. Matter of fact, I'm about ready to turn off football other than college.
Right. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. By the way, I'm holding up in my hand, by the way, right here on my screen, Swift. There's 4 songs I really like on this new album, by the way, and it's relaxing.
They need to play it at a mall. They should play this. Some of the songs that she has are good for a fashion show, by the way. For a fashion show. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you one darn bit. Some of these songs are great for a fashion show, or going to going to Lazy Boy, going to Macy's, Penny's, any mall you guys go to. This will calm you. And some of the Swifties now are attacking Taylor Swift because she's making bread. Some of the bread that she's actually making, guess what she's putting in there? She's putting apples. She's putting, these are organic apples, okay? These are fresh apples she's putting in there. Fresh blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and bread. And bread. And you know, I thought about this before coming on the air. I thought about this. What do people do at a concert when they like a song? What do they do?
Well, they dance and they move and they groove to the music.
They also they scream for joy. They shout that we love you, we love you. Well, just what happens when
Taylor Swift is married to a football player. What happens when her team? What happens when her team when Taylor Swift husband's team makes a touchdown? What do?
Oh, they're happy. They celebrate.
They cheer. They cheer. They both cheer. They both cheer. You see, there's a cheering section for during performers when you perform at a concert. There's cheering. There's clappiness. There's happiness. There's clapping. There's whistling. I mean, same thing when a team makes a touchdown. They both cheer. These people. What Taylor Swift is married to is not just an athlete. She's married to a performer who actually loves playing football. What does Taylor Swift do? She likes to perform and she does songs. And both her husband and Taylor Swift both get cheers when they do well, and they like to see what the fans like to see. You see the slim. You see, I'm trying to put the similarities together. You see how I'm doing this?
Oh yeah.
And that's something the fake news media cannot do this, folks. The fake news media cannot say this. Can't figure it out because they want us to have murder, mayhem, corruption, chaos, scandals. Defund the police, defund the military. This is what the fake news wants. They don't like what I have in my. They don't like this banner. They don't like my new. They don't like my new. My new studio, the liberals hate my new studio. They hate my uniform I put on every time I perform now in front of a live camera. They hate it. They cannot stand it. They want to. These terrorists. Actually, the fake news media has the fake news. There's a new title for the fake news media, by the way. Terrorist Fake News Network. Terrorist fake news. That's what you call your fake news stations now. The terrorist fake news network. So if you see a reporter on the street and they ask you a question from ABC, CNN, they give you a question. Oh, you're a terrorist fake news network. Go ahead with your question. I want to hear from you. I've done that a couple of times already. I've actually said that, and they immediately turn their camera off. They have the little red button goes off on their camera now. Every single time I mention this. Every time.
Well, you know they would do that. I knew they would do that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I could predict that.
Yeah.
But, Mark, if you're a Christian and you're a believer,
I believe in the Constitution. Look at this.
People don't want to hear the truth.
Nope.
They don't want to hear good about people. They have an agenda.
That's what their agenda is now, by the way. Taylor Swift said, after she's done, after 16, she's gonna, after 16 albums, settle down, have a family, and have a kid. And the Swifties for because she's a mom of next year, but she's for next. I can understand why, be it told media for writing serious, you're Italian Mary football person to be I'm gonna, right now, I'm gonna God and, let me do this. Let me do this for maybe a minute, okay? I'm gonna do what exactly Billy Graham talked about. The book of Genesis. The book of Genesis, it says that
God created the heavens and the earth, he did that in the book of Genesis and creation. And within 7 days he created the heavens, the earth, within 7 days, and God rested on day 7. And what did God do on what did God create during creation of the 7 days? Well, he created Adam and Eve. He did not create Adam and Steve. He did not create Sue and Eve. He created Adam and Eve. I mean, think about this. Do you ever see a lion with another lion? No, you see a lion with a lionesses. You see you see a female grizzly bear with having cubs because she got pregnant by a male bear. Do you see her being pregnant by a female bear? Do you ever see that? Do you ever see a female? Do you see a? Do you see a? Hey, have you ever been to Alaska and see a female bear attack with a female bear? No. No, you only see a male bear attacking a female bear or a cub. You don't see a female bear with another attacking another female bear. You don't do that. Just like a moose. Do you see a moose attacking? Moose fight with male mooses. They fight. They don't fight. They don't fight females though, but they fight the male.
Yep. Yep. Moose are scary animals.
Yes, they are.
Very close to one.
Yeah, but it's like a buffalo. Same thing with a buffalo. Do you see a female fighting with a do you see a female fighting with a male buffalo? No, male buffaloes fight over the female. That's what it is. It's over it's called Dominix. Is what it is. You know, who's been the most who is the most aggressive buffalo to actually have to mate with a female? They'll fight over that. But you don't see females fighting with females over female buffaloes fighting with female buffaloes. You don't see that, do you? No. They only see females with their cubs. You only see that, you know. I don't see female buffies fight with female buffies. You don't see that. You know, they protect their cubs. That's what they do. But the males fight with the most dominant male so they actually can win and be with that female. That's what they do. I mean, this is like wrestling, you know? This is the same thing. You know, we have male wrestlers fight over female wrestlers because of the nature of God created. God created this. It's not atheist. This is not atheist theories, guys. It has nothing to do with evolution. It has to do with creation. Creation from the Bible directly. So I just want to bring that up.
Yeah, you are right, my friend.
I'm making it so simple that the fake news media can't even report this. I'm making it so simple that these so-called pedophile cardinals that we have in the church right now, we're trying to get rid of that problem. By the way, the new pope is cleaning house, just like we're cleaning house with the government right now with Donald Trump. You see how it works? Government and religion work together sometimes. Clean up their sinfulness that's in the House of Representatives, just like the House of the Cardinals that they have at the Vatican. This is what they do, folks. This is what we have to do, and the only way to make is to stop evilness, is to expose it and to get rid of it, and this is how you do it. It's simple. I'm done.
Well, Mark, I think you got to figure it out. Sounds like to me. And, good you're on top of that. We certainly need some prayers for, I stated this morning on
Mm-hmm.
and to make good decisions. And I think he's been making some wise decisions based on the current situation with Israel and Hamas. Hopefully, all the parties involved do what they're supposed to do, and we could see peace.
I want this country to be safe. I need this country to be safe this weekend, because right now we got several death threats right now against Turning Point USA right now. There's several death threats against them. They captured three criminals so far making death threats from political figures from Turning Point USA. These are political representatives within that organization, and they have already found hateful messages. They found potential terrorist attacks against Turning Point USA and against us too as well. And so we want to let you guys know what's going on. And we're looking at what's going on with the threats too. Is right now we're monitoring very closely with the Digital Watch right now. We're looking at this very, very closely. We're watching this with the race in Virginia right now because of the threats that's going on. Also, that candidate who's actually running for governor, Katie, she's a lunatic. She's crazy. She's mean. She's nasty. She is a feminist. She hates this country. She hates American flag. Then what are you doing being a candidate for governor? Then you should be in Venezuela. Seriously, Kate needs to go to Venezuela. She really does. The governor's race in California, Kate needs to be completely off the ballot. Get rid of her. You don't want her. It's just another hateful terrorist that they have in California. You don't want this. Well, also with Jihad Madani too as well in New York. You guys do not want this terrorist. He already said he wants to defund the military. He wants to defund the state National Guard in New York. He also wants to get rid of the police and the fire department completely. He wants EMTs either for emergency. That means when grandma has a heart attack on the floor, guess what? There's no EMT
to help her right now. So that Madani, that's Jihad Madani for you folks. Do you want this? So anyway, thank you, Bobby, for your time.
All right, well, thank you. All right.
Anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to say before we close?
Well, I know that my daddy in New York, he's Muslim, and I do know that
he's a terrorist.
Muslims lie, and they're forgiven for their lies as long as they're trying to protect their religion. And he's a liar.
Not this religion, this philosophy.
He's lying to the people of New York about who he is and what he's going to do. And it won't be until he gets in there and they find out he's a liar.
Well, they're going to find out.
Some people say all the politicians are liars, but definitely this one's going to be trouble.
Also, guess what? Madani already said he's going to put a 48% tax on businesses, and all corporations have already said we're out of here, we're done, we're going down, we're going to New York, they're going to Oregon, they're going to Idaho, they're going to Wyoming, they're going to South Dakota, North Dakota, they're going to Nebraska, Texas, they're going to all red states, by the way, all to the red states.
Unfortunately, that they want, just like the mayor there in a city, in that old city,
Right.
He'll someday, he's not Muslim, and they want to test space with us.
Right.
They're gonna try to take over the place.
What?
Is what I'm trying.
No,
During the Biden administration, we let many people in, and many of them were Muslim faith.
Then what's going on? You got these. You got the governor who do not support the military. Do not want who wanted the police. Do not want the fire department, and they do not want the National Guard. So what happens? They got crime out of control right now. They had 24 arrests today in Chicago, and 18 people were shot today again in Chicago.
It's sad.
You know, that's more. Think about this. There's more people in Chicago who loss of life in Chicago more than Iran today. More than Iran.
Or
Well, everybody has that, and they have people there.
and it's Friday. I mean, it's not even a weekend yet. This is only Friday. It's not even a weekend yet. 18 people. This weekend is going to be, I'm going to say at least 70. At least 70 people this weekend. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, you hear about it first. I mean, I'm trying to save America. That's what I'm trying to do here, folks. I've been trying to save America since 2009 when I first came on the air. I mean, when I had Bobby, remember when we had the BP spill? We were on the air for 3 hours. I couldn't believe it. It was like, oh my God, it's all we could talk about for 3 hours of the BP spill, the disaster that was going on. And the fake news media talked. It was Megyn Kelly said, there's a network just like Rush on the air. They didn't say my name though. They didn't say my name. They didn't tell him who my name. They didn't say my name. They didn't say who the network was. But they said that somebody talked for 3 hours about the BP spill. And that was us, Bobby. That was us.
Well, Mark, I gotta get off.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for your time, Bobby. Thank you again. Thank you so much. We'll talk again next month, maybe. Okay.
Yeah. God bless you, brother.
You say God bless. We'll have you on before Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, Bobby. Take care.
All right. Thank you.